Hello, good morning. Welcome to Creative Expressions. I'm Lisa with Lisa Boone Designs. Today we're going to be batch painting. If you don't know what that is, I have the counter full of a whole bunch of different items and I'm going to paint them all one color. You can do two colors if you have a whole bunch of stuff. I only had so much room on this counter, and these are things that I've picked up over the last few weeks, and I just haven't had a chance to do anything with them. And he's gonna mow today, right now, while I'm live. Yay! Thank you, Shelby, for mowing the store. So I apologize because we're gonna have a little bit of sound there. Anyway, the lawn's got to get mowed, right? So let me put this on mute. So much room on this counter. Okay, there we go. So I chose today to use DIY Paint Cottage Color. And the reason I chose that is because it's a one-step paint, and I'm going to be painting a lot of things all at one time. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've picked up. Again, it's been over a couple of weeks, and I'm going to move that so I don't spill it. I hate that he's mowing right now. I apologize that. I apologize. So I'm streaming live on the DIY Paint page on Facebook and on Lisa Boone Designs on YouTube. So welcome to everybody that's watching. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Even if you're watching later on, go ahead, tag me in there, or just chat with me. All right, so I'm not going to paint this piece right now, but I'm going to show it to you. I don't think that I have enough room for it. This is actually a really heavy piece, so I'm just going to show you some of the things that I've picked up. So I have this piece, and it's solid, it's heavy, and it has like, this on top of this. So I am going to paint this, and I'm not exactly sure, but I know I want to use transfers, and then I'm going to do something different here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it just something simple or mixed media, but that is something that I'm thinking about, and I'm going to have it there, but it has to get base coated, so if I have enough time, I'll base coat that. Then I have two of these. Somebody tried to paint this, and it's not a good job. My word. Can you guys hear that? I bet you can. Alright, so I'm going to get this close. They tried to do a little bit of painting and distressing, but how it comes across is that it was just poorly painted, like they kind of a bad dry brush. So I don't like that. I'm going to see if I can take it off. Oh, I can. It is distressing. So they must have used a chalk paint. So that's good to know. So what I'll do then is, okay, that makes me feel better because I didn't really look at it. So see, I already was able to wipe some of that off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to concentrate on the outside. I just want that to be a little bit more white. I think it will look better. But now that I'm realizing, I don't know. We're going to play with that. All right, and then I have this. It's just, a little fleur-de-lis kind of thing, all in black. Whenever something is dark, I like to paint it a lighter color. Yesterday, we painted those candlesticks. If you didn't see that, it's on my page and on YouTube. And I used Cottage Color in Americana. And so that was really, really good because I was able to distress it back, and then you can see the details. That's the whole point of it. Then I have this little sign. I have a few Hobby Lobby signs. This one is not a Hobby Lobby sign, but this one I picked up for $1.79. And so I'm going to paint just the top. I'm going to leave the sides wood, I think, and then I'm probably going to stamp something on there, or possibly decoupage it later. I've had this for a good bit, and I just keep forgetting to paint it. So this is probably going to, really should have been shellacked. I'm going to see what happens because that knot hole's probably going to come through. But I'm going to go ahead and paint it. If I don't like the way that it looks, I'll paint it a darker color. I have this sign. right here. It's a sweet sign, but there's a little bit of an issue right here, so I'm just going to paint it, and I might add some molds to it. I'm not sure. But again, we're base coating. So here's a really cool thing. Here's a large tag. And I really like tags, and it has a cord. I took it off so that I won't get it dirty because I'll put that back on. My plan for this is to paint it and then add a transfer to it. So I think that'll look really, really pretty. Now this one I'm not going to paint, but I figured I would just show you because I think this is a really nice piece. It's really, really large. It's very stained. So this one I'm not going to paint it white. I am going to paint it a darker color and then distress back and let the silver pop a little bit. But as you can see, hi Stephanie, I see that you're watching on YouTube. Hello. As you can see, it's really stained and rusted, so I think it'll look good with a darker color. So just to show you a few of the things that I had picked up. So let's get started. We're going to be using DIY Paint White Linen. This is a white. It is not the normal DIY Paint clay-based paint. It is a one-step paint with a top coat, so you have to stir it. And don't shake it, stir it. And you want to make sure that you stir it well. So you want to like stir it more than what you would think. You want all those pigments and all of the ingredients that are in here to combine and become one, especially that top coat, because the top coat kind of sits on top if you haven't used it in a while. So DIY Paint has the two formulas, and of course now, yes, it is a nice tray. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I have to have it. The Painterly paint is coming out, so I have those available for pre-order on my website. There's a limited amount, that we could all get. All of us were able to get 8 each. So before they sell out, if you want to go ahead and snag 1 or 2 or 12 of them, you can go ahead and pick them up on my website. Oh, you know what I forgot to do is I forgot to put, there we go, my website information is right there, but you can get it from my links as well. All right, see now it's coming together, and see how it's a nice smooth consistency. I'm going to be using the DIY paintbrush, and I don't even remember all the names of these. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I'm sorry. But I'm going to go ahead and put this down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my little fleur-de-lis first. So I'm going to angle this down, get my name off of there. If you have any questions, don't hesitate, please, to ask. And if you're watching on replay, let me know that you watched, because it's so awesome to hear feedback from people that are watching. And then I know that you watched. I didn't wet this. Normally I like to wet it. But I'm going to go ahead and get a nice coat on here, and I'm going to distress back to the black so I don't have to cover it all the way. So the difference between the other piece that I showed you that somebody tried to paint and they didn't really do a good job of painting it, the difference is that I can see the very, very thin brush strokes. Also storing your paint with top coats upside down, it helps. Yes, it does help. However, I can never do that because if I pour it out, sometimes it doesn't close all the way. And then you'll have a big fat mess. But that is a good tip, Stephanie. Thank you for saying that. So I'm going to just go ahead and get this painted. And I think it's going to look really cute. And now, a lot of times you'll hear me say I don't like white and I don't like to paint in white. It's just kind of boring for me, but I like doing little accents in white because anybody can get it. It works for anybody. So a lot of home decor. Sometimes I'll use the colors like I did the candlesticks yesterday. If you didn't see that, I'll show it to you. And I think I'm going to kind of lightly brush this. See how this is? Let me zoom in. All right, I'm going to kind of brush it so that I don't have to work so hard and distress it. But I just want to make sure that it doesn't look um, like it does on the bottom. I don't know if you can see the details, but see, it doesn't look well painted, but it's covering really well. It's just, I'm gonna have to do 2 coats on that bottom part. So, okay, I'm gonna turn this so that you can see. Let me know, have you tried Cottage Color paints? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the original formula of DIY paint is definitely my all-time favorite. It's my go-to paint. I also have Sweet Pickins Milk Paint on my website, and I do love that paint. Sometimes I forget, and I feel bad, I forget to paint with it. And so I have to actually plan in advance and think about it, because I really do love it. It's great because it's non-toxic, but my absolute go-to favorite paint is DIY paint, like without a doubt. It is DIY paint. I'm gonna go ahead and just get this painted. And then I can always look at it in a bit and see if I need anything different for it. I'm gonna put this here. So I'm painting here on my counter, and I'm just gonna get this all out. I used to do this kind of stuff in my dining room at home, and I would just, back then, mostly do signs. I would do a lot of signs and then some home decor, like small home decor stuff. And it's so much fun to just do this and just batch paint, and you feel accomplished. You're like, I got stuff done. Like, I got a lot done. Let me know if you've tried this before. Do you do that? So this one for sure. I should have sanded this down a little bit because I'm going to get a little bit of that bleed through, but I like to do a lot of mixed media art. So for me, it's okay because I like to have things, showing through. But if you don't want to, some of the things that are created, you need to really sand it down and lightly sand it. You don't have to, go crazy, but lightly sand it down and then paint it and then add whatever. So I'm thinking I'm going to stamp that one. So my friend came to the store yesterday and she gave me this really awesome present, and I said I was going to stamp today and I was going to show it, but I needed to do the base coats of all of this stuff first, and I'm going to do another live and I'm going to show what she bought me. But it's a tool to help with stamping, and you don't have to apply pressure. You use this little tool, and oh my gosh, I was like in love. I can't wait to show it to you guys. It's super, super cool. And she is an amazing artist, and she gave me 3 different ones, different sizes. And so one of them was something that she hand painted, a landscape. She knows how much I love landscapes and I love her art, and I was just blown away by it. So I'm really, really excited to show that very, very soon. All right, so I'm going to not worry about the back unless I get the back dirty, and then I'll go ahead and I'll paint it. If it was DIY paint, what I do is the normal formula. I just go ahead and get a baby wipe and clean up the back. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I'm really bad about that because, rushing all the time. You were refinishing furniture in your living room until you cleaned out the garage, and I just got a workbench. We have our living room back. Oh, I've done my living room, my dining room. Like when you have a lot of pieces, I get it. Oh my gosh. So once I came here, a lot of that has, changed. So now I'm freeing up space. I've been redoing my studio so that it could be just more of a craft room or small stuff if I need to do it. But I mostly just want to do my junk journaling and ATC cards and stuff like that in there. But I've been slowly working on that. We had toyed with going into the garage, but I live in the country and there are a lot of snakes. And so I'm terrified of snakes. And we've had some snakes in the garage before. So I'm not a fan of working in the garage in my house. maybe a different scenario, different day, different place. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. But plus, I have so much stuff in there, and my husband has so much stuff, and so we were working on it at one point before this store, and I thought, okay, I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet. I'm gonna have to do this and go to the garage. But then my husband has his own business, and he mixes mineral mixes and seed for food plots and stuff, and it gets a little bit everywhere. And if I'm working on a piece of furniture, I can't have all of that stuff. Let me show you the candlesticks. They're right here. I actually thought about pulling them out to show you guys. They're right here. I put them on the table to sell. So I used Americana. Now these are really cool because they have like a little lid. So if you don't have a candle in them, let me do it where upright so I can hold it. So let me back up. So see, aren't these cute? And because I didn't paint them all the way, see, you could see the details. Now, if I really wanted to, I could go back and I can add dark or black wax, because since this paint has a top coat, unlike DIY Paint's clay-based paint, you can add the wax, add white wax, add whatever wax you want to change it up or to enhance the details. And you could do it right there and wipe off whatever you don't want and go about your business. So that's pretty cool that you can do that. I just saw a spot that I didn't paint that I need to touch up there. I'm glad I did that. So that is what's good. And what's good too is that you can go ahead and immediately add your transfers to it. Because, you know, with the original formula, you do have to seal it before you add your transfer. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that. I really love the way they came out. I love that color. And I have similar colors throughout the store, and so it goes really, really well. I have it on a black table top. So anyway, all right, so let's move down. See, I've got all of this stuff here. So I'm just going to take you with me. I'm actually second guessing this. I don't know if I really want to paint these now. Let me put this up high, because now that I know that I can distress it, it might look better. What do you think? All right, what do you think? I'm gonna wait. Should I go ahead and paint them solid white and then remove all of this and leave it metal? Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to paint this one. This one said 1 day at a time. Now this paint is really thin, so it's going to need more than one coat. And this one, I don't think I like the wood on the side. I think it makes it look really, really inexpensive. So I'm thinking that I'm going to go ahead and paint this one. I think it'll look better. Now, DIY Paint, the original formula, has so much texture. This one does not. It will pretty much dry without any texture. It self-levels. So if you like that factory kind of finish, this is a good paint for you. The only difference is, I mean, obviously you don't have to seal it. I really think that if it's going to be a heavy used furniture, you should seal it. I really do. I think you should seal it however you want to seal it, especially something that's on top. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. But for this kind of stuff, I think it works really well, and especially for batch painting, you can get a lot done and not have to worry about it. Okay, let me clean that up because I did that kind of messed up. So I'm going to be using, like I said, some transfers, some stamps to just make some cute little artwork. Might do some mixed media. I don't know. All right, I feel like you're really far away. The actual frame is nice. Leave it. The inside, go for it. So you think I should paint the inside? Because I was actually thinking, since I was able to take that up, that means that they used probably like that cheap Walmart Waverly paint. I mean, that's what it looks like. So I was thinking, and I can leave some of the whites. I was thinking the opposite, cleaning this up. And maybe it would look better. Yeah, see? I think the trick, there's like a fine line, you know, when you're doing stuff like this, where it looks distressed and then it doesn't. It just looks kind of bad. I think when you're doing this kind of look, you need to go back with a wipe and wipe some of it off so that it just makes it look like it has worn over time versus, you know, you kind of just did a sloppy job. So this is what I was thinking. Well, maybe I should just leave this and just clean it up. So, because it looks a lot better. I think you're right, Stephanie. I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna paint it. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this one down. What can you see? I need to angle this down a little bit more. Can't see the inside very well to tell you. Okay. Yeah. Let me see if I can. My light's right there. I'm not sure. Let me hold it still for a second. See how nice it's cleaning up? And it does look good with the whitewashed kind of look. The wood sheet, they did a great job, I think. So yeah, I think I'm gonna hold out on that one. I think that was a good find. Okay, so this has some weird texture. Hold on a second. I don't think that I really paid attention. I don't know what that texture is. I'm just gonna hit this really quick. So typically, I don't mind sealing. I don't mind because I love DIY paint. It looks nice. Okay, thank you. I don't mind sealing. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Some people, I guess, they have a hard time because they have to, it's one other step. Big top seals so quickly and dries very, very quickly. So, like, it's not really an issue. Oh God, I don't know what that was. I'm gonna put my hands on it. I don't know. It's still, okay, let me get another baby wipe. So we're gonna go ahead and hit this really good. I don't know what that was at all. I don't want to know, I don't think. So you want to make sure that it's nice and clean because otherwise it will bleed through. And I think the sides, it's on the wood too, whatever that is. All right, we're just gonna go for it and see what happens. I can always hit it up with a darker color or work with it. If it bleeds through, sometimes I just go for it. You're a little out of the frame. I just saw that. I apologize. All right, trying. There we go. Thank you. So sometimes if there is bleed through, depending on what it is, I don't really worry about it. I just, if it's something that somebody has wanted, if it's a client and they want it really white, then I shellac it. I stop painting, I shellac it. Or I just continue. If it's not too bad, if it's just little spots here and there, then I'll, if I'm almost done, I'll finish painting the whole thing. I'll wait to see what pops out, because sometimes bleed through takes a minute. And then I will go ahead and hit it with shellac. But if it's really bad, I just stop what I'm doing, let the paint dry, and then I cover the entire piece with 2 coats of shellac. Other times, I create a blended look, or I just, add a transfer, add stamps, or just go with it. Sometimes it's not that bad. Now, if you use a poly type top coat and it's something that's been bleeding, it's going to be more likely to bleed, but if you wax it, sometimes you can salvage that. It doesn't pop up with the wax. I'm redoing my great-grandpa's 100-year-old dresser that there's some stuff on there. I don't know what it is. There's no telling, right? Like, all these years, if it's your great-grandfather, I mean, there's all these years of use. There's no telling what's on there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get my heat gun. I have a few transfers here. I don't have all of my transfers. I'm still working on having a place where I can store everything here. So I have half stuff here, half stuff at home. So I was going through my stuff, trying to figure out what I have. I do have last release IOD, the Maze Roses. I did one piece over here. Let me show you. I have it right here, and it came out so pretty. I bought a frame. I have this in the store for sale. I'll put this back over here. It's a little bit easier. Oh, I'm zoomed out. That's what it was. That's why I was having such a hard time. I forgot I zoomed in. Okay, so this was a piece of art. It was like, actually, this is brand new. It was brand new. It was on clearance. It wasn't a flamingo. It was something like that. Maybe it was a flamingo, but it was in blue. And I didn't like it. I don't really like the beachy theme. So I painted it. I did a whole blended look with several paints. And then I had been working on another mixed media piece, and I wiped off my stencil on here. So there's like gold and there's like a little bit of shimmer all around. That was from my stencil. That was the offload. Hey, Lori, thank you. And then it had embraced the bleed through. Exactly, Stephanie. Embrace the bleed through and just work with it. And then I stamped after I added the transfer, and it came out really, really cool. And then I added some watercolor, and I can see like the texture and the drips on here, and makes it look really cool. And then the little pieces. So I think I have some more of that. And so I might make something like if somebody wanted a coordinating thing that would look really cool. And then I think I've showed this before, but I did this on a live. I actually decoupaged a tissue on here. That was the first time I'd ever done that. It just came to me, and then I painted over it a little bit, distressed it. So close up, I can see the texture of it and the design of the napkin because I know what it is. But that was really cool. I feel like that looks really pretty. All right, so we've been just batch painting here, and of course, I need to. There we go. All right, so I'm just gonna hit this. This is definitely, see, it's sheer. It's like a sheer coat, and that was my struggle. I'll be honest. In the very beginning when it came out, because I'm so used to how heavy and thick the clay-based formula is, and some things like this, I'll do one coat. If it's furniture, I'm gonna do 2 coats. But like you have to paint maybe 3 coats. Maybe this will take 4 coats. I'm not sure. But then I have to remember I don't have to top coat it. So, like I said, it doesn't bother me to top coat, but you don't have to with this, and you could just move on and get a lot done. So that is the one thing that I do like about it. But it took me some time. It took me some time to appreciate the goodness of it. It really did. All right, let's see if I can get this. This is definitely going to need, I can see the one day at a time. But I'm going to be honest with you, if I were doing a mixed media piece on this, and I might, I'm going to show you. This looks like a technique that I do when I'm doing mixed media. If something is just too much, I'll add a little bit of gesso, or I'll add tissue paper, decoupage it on top, just to push back the background. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. So this is something to think about. I'm gonna keep this in the back of my head. Same thing with this one. If this was a different, see how you can see it's muted. It's not as bright. So if it wasn't that it said one day at a time, or if you wanted to add some flowers on top of it and leave that in the background, because this was a yellow color that I didn't care for, like that might look really good. So I'm gonna wait. And I'm going to see. I might add some flowers and keep. I might do that. I might add some flowers and keep that. I'm definitely going to paint the sides again because it needs it. So I'm going to wait and see what happens with that. And so here's the other one that we did. See how it's transparent. Now that is not something that I want. So I'm definitely going to hit this one with another coat. I'm going to leave the wood. I actually like the wood on this, and what I'll do, I got some paint on there, I will just sand it off. I'm going to apply a thicker coating of this paint on here. Maybe I did too thin. All right, let me do this. And it self-levels, as you can see. There's no texture. Once it dries, I'm gonna put that there. I mean, look how flat. It's flat. It looks like something that was sprayed. So I'm gonna wait for that one. Now this, which I knew would have some bleed through, okay? So let me move this. I'm gonna move this here. This way I'm trying not to get paint on myself. See, and it dries fast. So it's, it dries fast just like DIY paint does. Oh, carpet guys are here. I knew that they would come. I was hoping they would come earlier. They have to lay some carpet for a rental. So they're just going to go straight to the back. I think they know what they're doing. I don't think they need me. All right, so this is looking so much better. And I think with a few coats of paint, this is going to look really good. This could be, it looks, it kind of looks like a baseball bat, but this could be for a girl or a boy to hang stuff. And I was even thinking in my craft room, if I need something to hang stuff, this might not be a bad idea. It is solid wood. It's just an inexpensive board. So hold on, she's about to walk in, and that bell is high. That bell is really loud. Hey, I'm actually on a live, but you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. It's facing me, so you're good.
I'm just gonna get that. You do that live?
Yeah, I do. I do a lot of lives. I do tutorials teaching how to paint, use my products and stuff.
I would love to watch that one.
Yeah.
You show me how to get on there.
Yeah.
When you got time.
Yeah. Well, here's my business card.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You do a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
I knew you were like me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah. Go to bed. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
That's great.
Yeah. All right. I think this is coming along really good. I think for sure one more coat of paint for this one. But this would be super cute too, like to put a couple of flowers on it, like if it was going to be for a girl. Thank you, Lori. Actually, I read that already. This would be really cute, like if you wanted to add, like the one that I'm thinking about is, and I think I already used some of it. What's the name of this transfer right here? It's so pretty, and it's really delicate. This one, not that one. Yeah, well, Brocante is the one that but this is not the one. I can't remember the one that has, it's Willow maybe, that has like these really soft pastel pink. I love these shades. Like that would look really pretty on there. And that's a really nice, I love that pack. All right, so let's go ahead and add one more coat and see where we're at. I really appreciate you joining me and painting along with me, talking to me. I appreciate that so much. I'm gonna go ahead. So the paint, the brushes are all available on my website. So, oh, you know what? Yesterday I released, you got a new fan? Yay! Stephanie, thank you. Thank you. Yes, if you're on YouTube, please subscribe. It would be so helpful. So let me show you something. I brought them out. I should have left them here. I'm really, really excited. They're right here on my desk. They're right here. I'm just grabbing them really quickly. Do I have all of them? Yeah, I think I have all of them. Okay. So on my website, I love to decoupage, and I love to decoupage with napkins. And I've always had, your phone keeps ringing. Lori, tell it to stop. Do not disturb. It's craft time with Lisa. So I've had several napkins, and then I keep buying more, and then I would forget to put them on my website, and I had like little packs like of similar type napkins together, and it was just hard to keep up with it. And then when people would order, I'd have to, because I didn't have them bundled, and that's where I went wrong. But because I have so many napkins, and so I was like, okay, I need to do something different. So what I did was I created 3 different bundle packs, and they're just, oops, random bundles. So I've got a 10 pack on my website, and they're packaged. These I had here, so the ones at home already have the stickers and the label, the price, and all that on there. I worked on that last night. So I've got a 10 pack of beautiful napkins that I use myself. Some of them I haven't used because they're brand new and I'm already sharing them. But I love this. Like, I use this one so much, especially for junk journaling and paper crafting. Like, I love it. I'm a napkin hoarder too, Lori. I knew I had a lot of napkins but I didn't realize exactly how many I had until I pulled them all out on my table to see like what I wanted to do, how many packs I wanted to make, and like the numbers, for each pack. And I was like, oh wow. I was like, I have a lot of napkins. But I love it. I love it for decoupaging furniture, the sides of drawers. I've decoupaged it on top of furniture. I've mixed it with decoupage papers. I love it for smalls. I love it for curved surfaces. It's so easy to decoupage with. My napkin holder, one of them is a basket, and I did a live, I don't know, before we moved here, so it was like in March, April, May time period. I did a napkin. I did one of these. One of these. They're so beautiful. It's really colorful flowers, like watercolor flowers. And I did it on a basket weave, and I showed that. So it doesn't have to be a straight, smooth surface. You can decoupage with napkins so easily because it just conforms to and then you can't even see that it's a napkin. So it's so great. I've been getting from Amazon 100 pack, left with packs of 98 after projects. Oh my word. Well, I pick them up as I go along when I travel. And here recently, we went to Virginia and North Carolina in July, and I picked up the most gorgeous napkins. And I was going to hoard them for a bit, but I actually have shared them. So some of them are in here. I got like 6 packs. I mean, they're beautiful. And they were thick paper. Really, really beautiful. So anyway, so I've got packs of 10, packs of 20, and packs of 30. And here's the thing. I talked about this yesterday on my live. My friend, actually this one, my friend, she's a DIY paint retailer in Florida, Karen. She told me about this sunflower because I was doing something. And she goes, oh, I've got these napkins. You would love them. And she sent me a picture, and I was like, oh my gosh, those are beautiful. She's like, do you want me to pick you up some? I'm like, yes. So she sent me a big stack, and then she sent me another sunflower as well. So I'm sharing those that because I kept some for myself. I've used this one before. I absolutely love that sunflower with the cobalt blue. Like, oh my gosh. So each pack is a little bit different. And then I have the so I have 10, 20, and 30. So, you know, sometimes you can't find the same napkins everywhere. And so if you like to have a variety of napkins and be surprised and do different projects and be inspired by what you get, that would be great. Okay. Thank you. All right. Have a great day. All right. So like this one right here, this is one of the ones that I picked up in, that was in Abington, Virginia. I remember exactly where I was, this little boutique store. I was finding napkins in the strangest stores, like beautiful napkins. And she was like, don't you just love napkins? You can't find napkins. And she was talking about setting the table. And I was like, girl, I decoupaged with them. And she was like, what's decoupage? And so I had this whole talk with her, gave her my card, and told her, I said, no, I decoupage. She's like, that's amazing. So this one, there's lavender baskets, like bushels. I was able to cut out that one, and I used it for so long, just one napkin. And that is what's great. You inspired me to do a basket. Turned out pretty. Oh, Lori, please send me a picture. So the big announcement is I designed my own napkin. So I've got 5 napkins. I've got them in this little bundle. You get one of each. They're $9.99, and they're 8 by 8, so they're really big. Whatever you have left over, the white, save it, stamp, cut it out, and put it through your copy paper, your printer, and then print on it and decoupage with it. That's what I do with all of my leftover white. But these are really big, and I just love the way that they turned out. I did a big reveal on it yesterday. Let me open it up and show you the designs. The top one is probably my favorite. So then they have scripture on them. One of them I think does not have scripture on them. So let me just show you. This is my favorite, just because I love the colors and it's so me. And it just has a whole bunch of the girls and the scripture. You are a royal priesthood. You are the salt of the earth. You are chosen. You are the salt. You are the light of the world. So I love that. You can cut these out and use them individually on mixed media, or you can use the whole thing. Like, honestly, you know, something like this, you know, and you just put the whole napkin on there. Pretty much, you could almost get the whole thing. Or if you have something that's a little bit bigger, and that would be a nice present that you could give to somebody. This is the one that does not have scripture on it. I did my favorite things first. So I love sunflowers, like I said. And so this one has like a little bird up here and here. No, it's backwards here. So the two little birds right there, and then the sunflowers, and I love watercolor. So that was the other thing. So this one, the same girls, but I use it a little bit differently. And I think it's First Peter. 2:9. It has the whole scripture, and it's kind of pale in the background there. And then the landscape with the mountains. Love the mountains. So I love that one. And this one, butterflies and flowers. I love it. I think this is Matthew 5:6. Yep. Matthew 5:6. So the text is just behind all of the flowers. And then one of my other favorite scriptures, Romans 12:2, do not be conformed, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So that one is a little bit more bold, but look at the colors of the butterflies. I just love them. With a little bit of sprigs, you could definitely cut out the butterflies. I love like text hiding behind stuff, and you can use it on lots of different things. I love this one. Thank you, Lori. Okay, beautiful. It's like showing like weird the comments. So anyway, so these are the 5 that I created. And so they're available on my website. They're LBD napkins. I have a little tab on the bottom of my website. It says napkins for decoupage, or you could just do a search, napkins for decoupage, and it will pull up. The other ones are bundle of napkins. And so Eventually, I'm going to design a lot more. I've got to get in the rhythm. They were really delayed getting these to me. So I need to trust the process of how long it takes. And then I'm going to do a subscription club where you can get, new napkins automatically. I think that would be really fun. And so some of them will be like a whole design like I did, and then most of them are meant so that you can cut them out and you can use them however you would like. So I'm really excited about that. Again, you can see that on my website, which is lisaboondesigns.com. All of the links are in my profile, in my bio, in my whatever. There's a link tree on everything, so you can find it. So anyway, I'm going to keep on painting, and I'm going to see what I do. I'm going to post a picture of everything once it's all done. And then if you have any questions, if you're watching on replay, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sprinkling and talking to me. I appreciate it so much. And for my YouTube friend Stephanie for subscribing and following me. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are having a